the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Amon G. Carter Stadium in Fort Worth, home to the TCU Horned Frogs. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the BYU Cougars, taking on another Big 12 foe, the TCU Horned Frogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Horned Frogs will kick it off to get us underway. On the move from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The BYU Cougars offense will have the football first. This is a big-time quarterback that we're going to be seeing today, but getting the job done against a defense like this, what words of wisdom do you have for him, Jesse?
Well, I think you've got to prepare like you've never prepared before. And that's one thing he told us. He spent extra time in the film room. He spent extra time on the field after practice all week because I think he understands the challenge that lies ahead of him. He knows this is easily the best defense that they face this year. So we're going to put his skills to the test in this one.
Hey, they're going to make it hard, right? There's not going to be any layups. Like most of the time, you know, he's had his way. He's feasted on so many defenses. They're going to make you earn it. They're going to make you go the length of the field. They're going to see if you can be patient. They're going to see how you respond to adversity. So some challenges coming his way for sure.
To the air, it's Bachmeier. He'll throw it. Makes the catch. It's Lemon. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Cougars come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to him again. Let's talk just for a second about BYU. I'm sure you guys saw this. One of the top running backs in the country, 5-star guy, gave a verbal commitment last week. What's the expectation for him as soon as he hits campus? Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1. It was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
Unleashes one deep. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over from the moment the ball left his hand.
The Cougars come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. Trying to keep this drive alive. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. So TCU's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Oh, he would have loved to tack on the big return, but they've got it in the red zone at the 16. From the gun, give on the inside. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. And the Cougars will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Motion from the wide receiver. A 1st down run on the doorstep. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football, but when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
Snap to the back. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
And I love it. This offense making no bones about it. We're going to be aggressive. We get the ball down in the red zone, 4th and goal, Palmer. Stay aggressive. They run the football, and they get the touchdown.
And that's the shocking thing, David, is that on 4th down, they have supreme confidence in this offensive line to win up front, one-on-one, get some push, and then how about the ball carrier just finding his way into the end zone?
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. He's going for it all. Makes a grab down the middle. And he's brought down after a huge completion. The offense getting set for a 1st down from the 45. Back to throw, it's Hoover. That's caught, it's James. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Back up now, here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Tight end finds a soft spot. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down. The Horned Frogs come to the line with a new set of downs. He's got him. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Well, had a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. Under heat, he gets rid of it. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. They'll play it safe and try for 3. He'll try to put one down the boulevard from 42 yards out. Splits the uprights, it's good. That'll bring him to within 4. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. Penn State delivered the knockout blow, and I think the defense might have been the story here. LeVar Arrington, Shane Conlon, Jack Ham. There's another stud there at linebacker U. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated.
Turning it on! Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. BYU lines up quickly.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
All right, guys, that's not a home run type play, but he did enough there to keep the chains moving.
The offense set for a 1st down play. Back to throw, it's Bachmeier. Fires to the wideout. Just way off target and missed it.
Man, as a quarterback, you got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Here's the pressure. This time it's complete.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and BYU is on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. BYU trying to convert on fourth down. Off play action. Trying to make magic with his feet. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
Well, this quarterback's athleticism, I think, makes it a little bit easier for you as a head coach when you decide to go for it on fourth down, because if it's not there to throw the ball, his athleticism can just take over. He can go get it himself and keep the drive alive. Really nice job that time by the QB.
Dropping back, it's Bachmeier. The short hands, it's Johnson.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
The Cougars with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Here comes the option. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. BYU right back to the line. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Looking for the fourth down conversion, BYU comes to the line. Needs it to keep this drive alive. There he goes. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
I know there's a lot of people out there when they see 4th and inches, they're thinking QB sneak, bush push, but not this offense. They've got conventional ways. They can turn around, hand the football off, and rip off an explosive play like they did there.
They'll throw it from the red zone. Able to get a foot down in bounds and make the catch.
When they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field, you saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
And it took the defense a bit to get a handle on him, a little slippery with all those juke moves. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Fourth down and inches, and you go read any book you want to, any analytical measure, and it will tell you, go for it. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Cougars, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. With the run on 1st and goal. Bust through behind his pad. Driving its way all the way down to the 3-yard line.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Trying to power it in. And a really short game before he gets gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
Well, with this situation on the field, this defense has their hands full because this running back just seems to have the nose for the end zone. Of course, he scored his last time out. He's really good down here close to the goal line finding creases.
Touchdown, Cougars. Great job by the back on the option.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And the extra point makes it 14-3. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll return it. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. The give on the option. Pushed his way ahead. Really good run to get it out to the 20, a pickup of 5.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it. Still in a great position. Ready.
Breaks into the open. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Wants to throw. It's Hoover. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
He'll go out of bounds at the 18-yard line.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing.
And the Horned Frogs line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They just keep firing. Flips it out on the screen. He's got enough. It'll be a 1st down. They've got it up to 12. New set of downs after the completion. Quarterback running on the draw. He never had a chance on the draw. Tackled almost as soon as he got the ball. Lost yardage leaves them looking at 2nd and 14. Wants to go up top. Fires to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And here comes money down for this offense. 3rd down execution is a premium. You work on it all week ad nauseum for these moments when you can execute when the field starts to shrink.
Shotgun snap on 3rd down. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Great job by the defense dialing out some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. Knocked down at the 5 after making the interception and taking it the other way.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent. He's making bad decisions.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking downfield, it's Bachmeier. And he's going to go down at the 1. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
And I think everybody holds their breath when that QB is back to throw, and he's right near the goal line. You never know if it's truly a safety, but he just gets out of the end zone and avoids the safety.
blasted as he lets it go. And the incomplete pass on third down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's about. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Bring in the heat. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
The bad news is it's incomplete, but the good news was the quarterback, I think, made the right decision that time, actually throwing it away. He's been burned a couple times early in this one with some picks in this game, and so that time, instead of trying to force the play and make something happen out of nothing, he just throws it away. The defense wins that down. You live to play another day.
The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. To the air on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Payne. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. You've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far in Fort Worth.
And the Cougars will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Bailey. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there, the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you look up and you might break one of those after you got them a little bit tired.
And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. The Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Nowhere to run, and down he goes after losing 6.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Wide receiver comes in motion. On the ground with the counter. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. Scanning the field, it's Hoover. Throws to the wideout. Finds space on the right. Lowers those pads. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. Off the play fake on 1st down. Complete downfield. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively, and right now they look like they have it on this drive.
Max going for the goal line. Touchdown, TCU! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And he loses the football. And they dive on it and get it back. And, boy, that would have been a disaster to hand it right back to them. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. The give to the back. He finds enough room to get it up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And he'll go down, but he delivered the business end of his stiff arm to that defender on the way. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. To throw, it's Bachmeier. Here's a heat. They get to him as he throws.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. He'll take a deep shot here. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on 3rd down. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. Let's see what he can do with it. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Right on the money. He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field. Going for the marker on the ground. And the Horned Frogs get it past the sticks. All they needed were a couple of inches, and they were able to convert on 4th down.
Man, I like the play call. You don't have to be perfect when you just need a couple of inches. I mean, you got a back that you trust that can lower his pads, fall forward, go get it. Love the ball.
Oh, he drops the football. He had it right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Hoover. Wide open downfield. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And with that one, they jump on top here in the 2nd half.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Under fire. Got out of trouble and throws. It's incomplete, and that also might be what is called a learning experience, and one this freshman got away with. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Going over the top. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Things just not going as easy for this guy as they did his last game out. Last time he completed over 70% of his throws. This week, though, defense taking some throws away. They've made some plays. He just hasn't been quite spot on with his accuracy. He's going to have to play better.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And it... complete, and this defense makes a fourth down stop.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on fourth down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on fourth down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Finds his big tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Now facing a third and long. Dropping back, it's Hoover. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting in those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone, and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. And this one is perfect. They double their lead up to 6 here in the third quarter. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Interesting matchup this week in the Mountain West, and it sure is playing out that way. San Diego State is on top right now, but that's not exactly Marshall Faulk out there running circles around the D. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 4 over Boise State. Just another week in the Mountain West where the only constant is chaos, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Lost a fire on second down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Trying to escape and get it himself. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
The Cougars headed quickly to the line. There's no need to panic or anything, but this would be a really opportune time to put something together and try to take control of this game.
And sometimes you just come out as the favorite, and you're a little bit flat, and you expect to win. And sometimes that leads to slow starts, but I think if they can get that passion, that adrenaline, they get a little fired up right here, I think they'll take care of it.
Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, BYU! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
We've reached the break. BYU is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. Kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Throws for the tight end. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Well, we've got a close game here at the start of the fourth quarter, right? This team obviously is down, but they're not playing it close to the vest. Being aggressive, first play of the drive, trying to throw it down the field. They're going to have to complete some of these if they're going to get this comeback win in this game.
Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. To the air, it's Hoover. Makes the grab. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. The Horned Frogs will line up to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. Makes a move. Found a lot of running room before he goes out of bounds, and what a way to build a little momentum. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. He'll start this drive firing. Touchdown, Cougars! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. A collision, and he stops at the 27 after picking up 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
On 3rd down, going up top. Fires to the tight end. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. And the Horned Frogs will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. Looks as if BYU will have a first down.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
A strike downfield. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
This is so interesting right now watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's up to 24. The Cougars come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down.
Man, did the defense need the stop. Great job getting the 3rd down stop. They needed to force a punt. They got to get their offense the football back so they have a chance in this football game. Really nice execution by this defense.
Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out. He'll take it himself.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking for a man. It's Hoover. Quick completion on the out route. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
Lofts one high and deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
And the defense is playing with a sense of urgency right now. Obviously, they're playing with the lead. They know this offense needs to find a way to generate points, expecting a shot on that last play, so nice job in coverage.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Got it in the middle, it's Booker. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43. The Horned Frogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw again. Grabbed over the middle, it's Booker. They stop him at the 42, but they're on a roll with a pickup of 15 and a 1st down. And the Horned Frogs are moving quickly down the field. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Pulls it in. It's Booker. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. Motion from the wideout. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Grabbed behind the line. It's Booker. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. To the air. It's Hoover. Good timing on the quick out. Going for the goal line. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up in a great position here. A 2-tier job for this offense. First, get the touchdown, then the 2 to try to pull even here in the 4th quarter. Trying to set up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. 2nd down, he'll throw it. He's got it on the run. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, TCU. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And this is obviously a no-brainer. Great job by the offense. Great execution. Inside of 2 minutes, you got to go for 2. You got to dial up this play, try to tie this football game up. What's your favorite 2-point play? Dial it up, and let's tie this game up.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. On the run from inside his own 5. really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Pocket breaking down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. All knotted up. Is free football in the forecast, or can this offense win it here? Fires to the wideout. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And this is a big third down for this offense, man. I'm really interested to see how they attack, because this defense, you can tell, man, they're going to continue to play aggressive. Late in the football game, they
makes a grab for a big play. Coming through with that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Rushes on him. Working on the right. They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Oh, they're after him. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much. So now it's second and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. A great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. Ball spotted at the 27. It's first and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Gets it out fast. No chance to run, but they still move it forward. Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left. And the Cougars can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to throw, and he's got to do it here late. Moves around to clear up the vision. Plants it fly. He's open on the right. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout, BYU.
On first and goal, let's see if BYU can score here. The snap sets up to throw. Touchdown, BYU! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
That is just how the coach wants to draw it up. Take up all the clock, score the go-ahead touchdown. This one is all but over.
BYU, 35.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, and he was close to taking that one a long ways down at the 38. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. Back to pass, it's Hoover. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And they fight him to the bitter end, all the way down to putting some more numbers in the stat column, but